And now, World Improv Network proudly presents Community Court.
When two parties cannot solve a dispute, community court should solve problem. Yes.
All rise for the semi-honorable Jonathan Vicarro.
It's good to see you again, Cliff. That's 2 weeks in a row, and we haven't even had a barbecue in between.
Yeah, welcome back, John.
But we did enjoy that 6 packs of Schlitz after last week's case. That was very enjoyable.
Oh, I can never say no to a 6-pack of Schlitzer.
Yeah, absolutely right. Yeah, I know, Junior. One of these days you'll be old enough to drink some Schlitz, too. But right now, while I'm sitting in for my brother, I have to be a little bit more responsible and make sure that you're in good standing hands here. All right, well, we've got another doozy today, as my brother would say, and this one really kind of hits home from my childhood as well. And that is, there's a big dispute going on in the galaxy right now. The Ewoks aren't happy with the Na'vi tribe from the movie Avatar. And, well, Cliff, I know that you were a big Star Wars fan growing up as well, huh?
Oh, yes, sir.
Who was your favorite character in Star Wars, by the way?
I think it was that one Jawa that says, E.T.N.E.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was pretty cool, for sure. I was a big fan of, well, I'll be honest with you, I was a big fan of Darth Vader and Jabba the Hutt as well. It's always nice to see someone extremely hefty in size and still have that much power.
Yeah, my favorite Red Wing pilot or X-Wing pilot was Porkins.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Porkins was excellent. All right, well, you know, I'm a little bit sad here to have to preside over this, especially since I'm only a carpenter. But, again, I know my brother's verdicts and my brother's temperament better than anyone, so I figure I'm most qualified to do this case. But here we are. All right, we got Wewok, the tribal elder of the Ewoks here today, and it looks like that you have a dispute with the Na'vi from the movie Avatar for taking all the good forest habitation within the galaxy. Is that correct?
My client says that the Na'vi have uninvitedly forced themselves on their hard-working farms and taking all of their hard-earned resources. And he does not want to forget that the children are sad.
I know, Junior, but it's not human children we're talking about here, okay? We're talking about Ewok children. It's not quite the same there.
Hey, come on, children are children, John.
That's a good point.
They all deserve love and happiness.
You're right. It is a galactic right for all human, non-human species alike to have love. So I apologize on that statement. But nonetheless, Junior, trust me, this has nothing to do with you. Okay, well, I get that, and you are Mr. Anderson, correct? You are the attorney for Mr. Wewok?
Correct. I represent Mr. Wewok and all of his tribe.
And also all his galactic affairs, right?
Absolutely.
Of the Ewoks. Okay, well, I appreciate you being here and translating, because I didn't understand a thing that he said, and that's definitely very helpful. Nonetheless, on the Na'vi side of things, we have Nook Nook, the tribal elder of the Na'vi. You're here to defend the fact that you have the right and your people have the right to propagate any forest in the galaxy and make a union with that forest, and that no one else that's there or that tries to come there has the right to take that union away. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
So let me get this straight. So not just in your home world of Pandora, you're able to take your hair, you're able to link into the forest of any planet. Is that right?
Yes. We are a part of the forest. We live in symbiosis with the forest as one.
And what planets do you have that are specifically evasive, according to Mr. Wewok of the Ewoks, that you are taking over that he's not too happy about?
I imagine our most recent settlement is what is upsetting Mr. Wewok.
Now, wait your turn.
On Yavin 4.
Oh, Yavin 4. Okay, that's
one of the moons of the Yavin planet.
Okay, I got you. And for the record, as well as for the audience out there watching, tuning in right now, where exactly is the Yavin 4 system?
It is at coordinates 35, 17, 12.
Yes.
and then minus 821984A6B72.
Okay. So if I were to look up in the sky on a normal night, let's say in the northern hemisphere, where would I find Yavin 4 if I were to look somewhere?
Well, you can't see it from Earth.
Oh.
You need very powerful telescopes, and even then, you can glimpse but the galaxy of which it is a part.
Okay. So, in order to bring this back home to our realm here, and in order to maybe make this as a benchmark, are you looking to take over, for example, the Amazon rainforest or any other of the great forests in our planet Earth, or is it you guys pretty much content with Yavin 4 or way out there in the solar system?
My client says that if you let this behavior stand, their savagery will not stop anywhere.
Okay. Do you have any evidence, Mr. Anderson, that they're heading closer towards Earth as well? Or does your client have any evidence, or that's just speculation?
Isn't speculation evidence enough? Didn't we speculate that Hitler was a bad guy? Didn't we speculate that Senator Palpatine might have been dancing with the Sith?
No, I just want to say that your wordplay and quick talking are not necessary. I will fully admit that we as a people are expanding to any available forest planet.
And do you have a symbiotic relationship with the forest for its lifespan, or is it one of these things where it's almost like a locust relationship where initially it seems good that you guys are habitating the forest, but within a matter of moments to years, the forest is decimated?
Sir, I am angered by your intonation that we are harmful to the forest. We are together with the forest. We are the forest. We are one. We grow together. We are benefiting the moon, Yavin 4, by taking a piece of those trees into ourselves and giving ourselves a piece of ourselves to the trees. We are necessary.
So, Mr. Anderson, what is your client's problem then here with Mr. Nook, if that's the case? If they have a symbiotic relationship and actually, a beneficiary relationship with the forest, what is Mr. Ewok's problem with this?
That's poppycock.
My client says they were there first.
Oh, okay. That's a lot of words for that. So, all right. So they were there first. So therefore, what you're saying is you're almost getting, intruded on like a home.
Exactly.
It's like someone coming in without paying rent and just habitating in someone else's house. Not necessarily doing damage. It's just that you're occupying a space that's already been occupied.
That is damage in itself, is it not?
I guess it can be, from a spatial standpoint, but here we have to base it off of Earth law. And Earth law would say that, that the forest is able to be cohabitated by anyone that's able to move and live within the forest.
And we have established a very clear cohabitation plan. We have 3 areas across the planet that have been designated for Ewok settlement. And they are welcome to those areas.
Oh, so if I get this correct, they can't live exactly within the Na'vi establishment of the forest.
No.
Okay. And are those settlements, are they, for example, fenced in, or are they open range, or what would you?
No, there's we commune with the trees to form a natural barrier to contain them within their designated area.
Okay, so kind of similar to the Lord of the Rings as well, where the trees would move and then actually, generate a fencing system, or maybe like Jurassic Park as we have here on Earth?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that seems to be an issue there, that they don't have free range, kind of like free range cattle or chicken, to run around within the Na'vi forest that you guys are habitating. It also seems to be an issue from the fact that if they continue to grow in population, which the Ewoks have, if I look here statistically, it looks like the Mr. Ewok here from the Ewok tribe, saying that the Ewoks are actually the 3rd largest growing species in the galaxy within the Yavin 4 solar system. And even though the Na'vi people that you represent are the number one growing population, this seems to be a problem that's going to be developing if these pens that you put the Ewoks in aren't larger. So for that reason alone, I think that, I can't speak for galactic law, but the fact that this is settled here in my court, and even I'm just a carpenter and I know how to build fences, that this is a problem. I think that the Ewoks don't have a chance to spread out at the degree that they're growing, and that the Na'vi...
Objection, Your Honor.
What seems to be the objection there, Mr. Nook?
I don't like your decision. I don't like where this is going.
Well, I haven't made a decision yet, but I was illustrating what the decision
Have you
is.
ever lived with Ewoks?
I have not, no.
Chicka waka waka.
Yes, you're dirty, and you smell.
Chicka waka waka chicka.
Fleas, right? That's the problem, fleas.
Well, among many problems. And I don't care if it's natural. If you want to live organically, you smell.
Chicka waka waka.
Bailiff, can you check to see if Mr. Nook's okay? That was a pretty strong steer throw. Hey, Mr. Anderson, you need to contain your client over there?
Yeah, he's bleeding pretty profusely here.
My client did nothing more than express religious freedom in that act.
Oh, so that's actually a religious act in the Ewok culture.
Yes, in the Ewok culture, if I understand, Mr. Ewok, is if you are called smelly, you deserve to be killed with a spear. That's correct.
Well, in that case, since we're transcending normal galactic law here, or law in general, I guess I can't have an objection to that. And since Mr. Nook there, is he still breathing, Cliff, or?
No, he's, there seems to be a field surrounding him, and appears to, there's some kind, I think this is some kind of cocoon. As he bleeds, it is covering his body and hardening around him.
I can see that his hair is no longer blue and connected to the floor like it was before.
Yeah, I'll be honest, John, this is really getting kind of gross.
Okay. What do you suggest, since you're good at these matters, since you handle these things for my brother normally? What would you like to do? Would you like to wheel him out, or should we try to at least pass some judgment while he still seems to have some sort of pulse?
Well, you can go ahead and pass judgment, and I'm gonna go get a wheelbarrow.
Okay, that sounds good. Well, anyway, contrary to what Mr. Nook's original thought of what my ruling was going to be before he seems to be departing here from our Earth, at least, is that what I wanted to say is that the Mr. Ewok, you have the right to regulate the size of the pens that the Na'vi tribe will impose on you. Is it okay? Yeah, I agree. That's probably a fair resolution. However, you also have the right that if you find other planets before the Na'vi find them, you can inhabit them and do the same to the Na'vi. I mean, you can put pens up for them. And if you come to Earth, we'll be more than happy, along with the Japanese and the Chinese, to mow down the Amazon rainforest for you guys and make whatever settlement you would like. So that is my ruling here. Now, I know you're probably a few light years away, but if you happen to come down in this direction, we'll welcome you with open arms. Cliff, how's that looking over there? I see he's starting to, well, seems almost like a boulder now laying in the corner there.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put him in here and kind of leave him on the steps out front of the building and let the city deal with it.
Okay, that sounds good. I mean, recycling day is tomorrow. Okay, well, that's my ruling. And, Cliff, we're gonna go get a couple more Schlitz this week. And, everyone tune in next week for another fascinating episode of Community Court. And hopefully my brother will be back. If not, we'll be more than happy here to step in for him.
Listen to the Win podcast from the KZKO webpage or find their show streaming on YouTube. Stay tuned for Talking Points with Shabazz Davis.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back with another exciting segment for Win on KZKO The Vibe.